Hello. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to navigate those pesky comments about your body during pregnancy, which is something that I could honestly talk forever about. I have so much anger about this topic, but also just a lot of like personal experience with it. And a lot of the people that I work through are going through it. So yeah, it stirs up a lot of feelings for me. I think that's something really important right off the bat is to just sort of work on, or at least for me, it was really important to work on acceptance of the fact that these body comments were going to happen, so that I could then mentally prepare myself and also prepare like the steps that I wanted to take. So I think just acknowledging that this is inevitable for most of us. I don't know many people who are pregnant and don't and kind of like make it out unscathed with the body comments. So I think accepting and acknowledging that these comments are bound to happen because our culture has just decided that pregnant bodies are kind of an open forum for scrutiny and discussion. And that's the unfortunate truth. So accepting that, and then I also think deciding kind of ahead of time on the route that works for you when it comes to addressing the comments. So I am going to provide some examples of what to say, just three quick examples of how to reply, but also knowing if what feels personally best right now at this vulnerable time is to smile and nod and not say anything, and then go home and process your feelings with a therapist or vent your frustration with your partner, whatever. That's also so valid. I don't want anyone to have to feel like they have to have like a quick, witty reply, or that you have to be actively educating people about the harm of these comments. Like it's truly okay. It's whatever works for you in this season and right now. So kind of deciding like, do I want to be replying to these comments? Do I want to be educating? Do I want to be just sort of like working on self-soothing in the moment and then processing at home? And or do I want to be doing kind of a mix? And just kind of knowing that for yourself is really helpful and just psychologically soothing off the bat. I also think that enlisting the support of loved ones, so whether that's your partner, your friends who you're around often, your family if they're accessible and open to this, but enlisting the support and saying like when you're alone with them and you have time to discuss what kind of comments you might receive, you can say, it would be really helpful if when that happens, you help me and you say X, Y, and Z, like what you kind of want them to jump in and say. Because sometimes when the body comments are directed at us, it can be hard, like your executive functioning just shuts down and it can be hard to know, just what to say or to be able to access that. So that's where those support people can really come into play. And then I think also support people, or you if you're up to it, but those people can be really helpful for talking to family members ahead of time, or sending out like kind of mass emails if you're open to it, or mass text messages before an event like your baby shower or something else, and say, just a reminder, it's really helpful to my partner if you don't comment on their body. It's just I know it can feel kind of uncomfortable to do things like that. And it's not what we typically see or do, but I've found people that I know have found that really helpful, and it's better received than you'd think. So consider doing that as well. Um, for responses, if you do feel like responding when you get body comments, I would say my favorite is really, really simple and assertive and to the point. And it's just, oh, actually, could you not comment on my body? I'm trying really hard right now to just focus on the miracle of all of this, and how amazing this is. And I would just appreciate if people didn't make comments about my size, which is really great because it's assertive, it's to the point, it's not unkind, which for me feels important, but it might make the person feel a little silly and make them rethink those comments, which is good. I think when you get the comments about, wow, you're so big, or wow, you're so small, it can be helpful, even if you are measuring smaller or bigger, whatever, if you just want to say, I think it's okay to lie if you want to, and just say, or you could tell them that, like, yeah, I am. I'm measuring big or measuring small. Or you could say, I'm actually measuring normally. You can kind of take it in any direction that feels best for you, in my opinion, but just like it's a way of shutting the conversation down. And again, it's quick, it's assertive, it's not unkind, and it hopefully will make the person reflect on how, again, it's a silly comment, it's an unhelpful comment. To the comment of at least it must be twins, which I know people hear all the time, you could either say it's not, or if you are having twins, yep, it is, super excited. And that's it. I think the silence is, again, these are very brief, not unkind replies, but it does leave a lot of room for like a pause and a silence, and that person can then sort of feel uncomfortable and hopefully reflect, which I think is great with all of this. So those are my top 3 kind of favorite ways to reply, and just, yeah, ways to kind of prep yourself for those comments. Sending so much camaraderie and love out to anyone who's currently pregnant and coping with these comments. I know it can just feel relentless at times. So that's it. I hope everyone has a good rest of their day.